14th, and let me get I was so excited to be chatting with you guys, I forgot to put the links out there for Twitter. So I do apologize. I do have a little bit of a runny nose today. The weather is changing up here in Montreal, and the time that I spend outside with the kiddos, I went out on Sunday and didn't bundle up as much as possible, and they were playing at the park and I got chilled. So a little bit of a cold for me. And colds are, yep, type of a coronavirus. But I'm not scared. Taking my vitamins, my fluids, my liquids, all that good stuff. And I will be good with some rest, hydration, and nutrition. All right, let's get into the market. Let me open up the live stream over here. There we go. Oops, I hit copy. I'm a little sleepy. Never a dull moment. So welcome everybody. Hello, Dan. Good morning from AKA Wood Tech. Yeah, you know what? It's an awesome morning. I didn't pull up the charts. There we go. And awesome morning too. The SPY had a nice bounce right off of my support level. Sometimes those support levels, if they do not fail, are going to be amazing reversal levels. So check them out. If you guys want to try out my watch list, go to cjntrade.com, use welcome and save 10%. If you want to learn more about the dark pools, we see dark pool prints every single day. If you want to learn more about trading, come on over to thedarkpools.com and check out the training pit. That is where I assist people. I'm teaching in there Mondays and Thursdays. So starting off, let's check out, I've got the SPY up here, 15-minute on the right. Thanks, love to you, Bipin, and hi, Troy. Welcome, welcome. All right, so I'd given a target before last week with the inverted head and shoulders up here, 452. So maybe we are headed there with a scream higher of shorts that we're thinking, oh my goodness, Evergrande is about to default. Hello, Andy. Yeah, welcome back. That, oh my goodness, Evergrande's going to default. The Fed is going to collapse. Well, Evergrande is supposedly having that 30-day official default notice on Saturday. There were two other Chinese companies, real estate companies in particular, that have also defaulted. I'm not sure if they've received that complete default title just yet, but that's all due to, it seems like, happen on Saturday. So maybe this is a melt up of shorts that are getting squeezed, and then maybe Friday afternoon, Friday itself, we might see a bigger bit of a sell-off in anticipation of a collapse of Evergrande officially this weekend into next week. So I'm personally anticipating continued move up into the end of the week. I think we could see 452 by the end of the week. How quickly, you know, we could have a bit of a sell-off day, pull back to the 4 EMAs on the daily chart. We are testing that trend line. It's really interesting because over here it's 24th, and then, oh my goodness, and I've got to run because I have an appointment at 12:30, so I'm going to be really, really fast. Hold on 2 seconds. Hey, I'm good. Hey, I'm just doing a live stream right at the moment, but is 12:30 still good?
Yeah. I'm going to meet you at the side door that you bring when you bring in the child.
Got it. Okay.
Within the basement. I asked Navi.
Perfect. Okay, see you soon. Okay, all right, bye. All right, so back to this. So we've got the SPY moving up. Let's look up here. Qs are moving up as well. Qs are long and strong right now. You know, we don't really have that inverted head and shoulders over here. However, we look like potentially 375.75 will be a test, maybe all the way up here to 376. So potentially another dollar move that we could see before we start butting up against resistance right there. IWM, all of the indexes are green today. Money is going in at the moment. I did adjust this line based off of the high that we had on the 14th. last Thursday. So are we going to come back down in? We have not broken out of the range. A little bit of downward motion today. Many times when we see the Qs moving up, we see the IWM dropping. So the fact that we're trading inverse to each other this morning, completely normal. And Dow Jones Industrial Average as well, up today, another day of moving up. Old fibs there. So everything right now is in that bullish momentum. However, I potentially anticipate, in my opinion, that we could have a bit of a retracement day tomorrow and then a surge into Friday, potentially seeing new highs on the Dow Jones and the Qs. Not so sure about the SPY. We might be topping out right there, but we might be hitting up to, what is it, 455. We might see 455, a new high before a potential drop off. All right, let's look at my list over here. So I had Tesla today up above. If we broke above 880, awesome, to the long side, but nope, we broke down today. A nice move. Let's pull this up so we can see. We went all the way down to 862, so we had $7.50. You see, 51. They bought it at 51 cents. All right, MRO, a lot of the oil stocks continuing to surge higher, increasing the cost of goods and also increasing everything in the market, really. A little of inflation, right? When we see oil rising. Starbucks moving to the upside as well. This one did not break out. We had resistance testing this trend line on the bigger picture. We are testing it. Does that mean that we are going to see a bigger downward wedge, maybe potentially come back down here to 110? We do have earnings coming up, and it looks like the downward trend might be ending. This is a directional movement indicator. So it looks like the downward trend really started back here on the 15th of September, and maybe we are ready to break out of this downward trend. Tested it today, but we're back above it on the shorter term. So tiptoeing into a breakout for Starbucks today. Baba also saw some foreign money on Baba this morning. And it has had a nice big move. Foreign money came in, it looks like, pre-market, and it looks like it's moving up. So it was actually on Baba F. So let's check out that candlestick chart. Yeah, so maybe we're going to see this move on up to 22 up here, which would potentially translate. Let's see if we have that high on the same day. So maybe on up to 176, also the test of this resistance area. So 175.50, I would look as a potential target for profit taking if I was in this long for a partial position. All right. I do apologize about the sniffles again, guys. Sorry. Apple had a nice break out of that 147.60 and moving to the upside all the way up to 149.20, almost 149.17. So we had a $1.50 move and then a bit of a pullback. Now are we setting up for a resurgence and a second test up here? Let's put a little alert, add an alert crossing up right there on the 15-minute chart. If we see Apple resurge, sort of create a J right here, that we kind of like my little airplane, it's going to be taking off to new highs. We will likely be seeing 150 this week. SPGI Global surged higher at open and then dropped. Look at, sorry guys, how we tested this resistance area right up here and it sold off right at 152. Then it wasn't able to break above 451. So if we break above 451, watch for that 453 area, potential test again up there. We will see if this is going to really break out to all-time highs. Really that 454 level is going to be fairly strong. We had a lot of consolidation right there. Amazon surged up and then pulled back a little bit, prepping probably for earnings. We had the breakout of the downward trend yesterday. A bit higher volume came in right here as resistance. Then we overtook that. We are testing this resistance area right here, and it's sold off, and we're stuck between this 34.55 and then this moving average right here, 34.2360. You can see we had a nice little reversal off of it over here. So keep it on watch. We will see what's going to happen. We have the directional movement indicator just flipped 2 days ago. So keep that on watch. ULTA, big move to the downside. Now this does have a bit smaller float. This would be a lower float, high price stock. So the fact that it had a 22-point move in 1 day is related to that size of the float. Now you can see last earnings season we shot up, we came back, and now we're testing that 20 simple moving average. That does look like it's been support. So this is a test right here. Are we going to see a bigger surge to the upside? Looks like we might be starting a downward trend. I would think potentially that this is going to move up here and then continue in that downward motion. Target today, down $1. I think honestly, that's looking, if we have some higher volume today, that's a big selling wick at the top of an upward run. So we're seeing a lot of these short squeeze moves up this week from last week, continuation. Oh my goodness, Evergrande, the market's going to crash, right? I personally do agree. I think that the market is going to crash. However, at this time, it is in a bullish motion. We hit a resistance of that 254. If we're not able to break above that and with the close above it, potentially target's going to be coming back down to 227, 228 area. Blackrock is a big money house. They pretty much own a lot of everything. Here, let's just see. Let's see, Blackrock Holdings. Sorry, I've got my caps on. But they are pretty much into like everything. And they are the largest US company that has invested in Evergrande. So if that starts to break down, what else is going to break down, right? Let's look at Blackrock. Let's do a little, so Blackrock in Canada. No, I don't want to know about in Canada, just in general. Why, is it in Canada? Interesting. Who we are, our contribution. What is your contribution? Financial security, investment access, sustainable outcomes, and inclusive economies, right? How many people have actually done all the research on these people, right? Where we stand PDF, right? Building financial futures, invest. We help millions of people and invest to build their savings. We make investing easier and affordable. So they have all this money coming in from people with their retirement accounts, and then they determine who gets it, right? And who they are going to work with. 16,500 investors. We putting to work the hard-earned savings of people and institutions around the world in global markets. So they are taking everybody's retirement money and investing it. Did you guys ever see the CMX? Let's do this. CMX retirement scam. CMX Diamonds Penny Scam, right? Confirmed CMX is a scam. So what happened was CKMX Group, let's see, maybe, that they were frauded, right? They said, hey, everybody, this is not what I want. Turns out that it was a scam and a fraud. They were in Nevada. I'll see if I can find the link for you guys. But it ended up being a giant scam about, here we go, state regulators, investors, scams, retirements. So people had taken, this is it probably, I think this is what I want. Oh great, page not found. So they had taken people's money and they said, oh, there's this amazing diamond mine in Nevada and we're going to, oh look at that. I said that and now look at Blackrock just dropped a good $2. Who sold it? Who sold it? That they had scammed people out of their retirement money. And it was probably the biggest retirement fraud that the SEC had busted at that point in time. I think that was back in the 80s that it happened. I don't know. I'll find the link and see if I can put it in the description below. So it ended up being a huge sort of Ponzi scheme, right? And so it makes me really wonder about Vanguard and BlackRock. You know, there's so many, unfortunately, slimy people in the financial world. They're like, aha, I got this. Let's create a retirement fund and have people put their money in, and then we're going to take from them, say we're going to pay this, but really we're just shuffling the money around and we're taking some and putting it in our pocket, right? So I'm really curious about Blackrock. We will see with that money going into Evergrande. Is that going to cause a ripple effect for Blackrock? Is one of the largest held, not largest held, but largest funded company out there. Let's see, how many shares are there? 142 million. So the net worth is going to be 142 million times 9. So almost a billion, 1.5 billion. So it's not that much, but in the grand scheme of the market value. But it could still really affect the market. So keep your eyes on Blackrock and the market in general. Do you guys have any stocks that you all want to see? You want me to pull up and check? Let's look at cryptos really quickly. I've got my list over here. Right now, XDC is holding up the fort, moving to the upside. Right here, looks like it bottomed out. I said, hey, as long as it can hold over here, I like this, and continued move. I got in at 5.5 cents. Baby Doge as well is moving up just a little bit. It looks kind of like that move that we're seeing with Apple. So I'm going to set an alert for crossing up over here. You can see here was my entry, 0.1510. So up nicely right there. Hey, Frank. Base in coin, add. Oh, are you talking about the stock coin? We'll check it out, Jacob. So Coinbase, well, what I see about Coinbase, look, we're testing a resistance right here. Let me see if we have any big prints that we have seen on Coinbase. October 19th, those are opening 274.80. So if it goes back down below 275, I would be more careful. We are coming up to an almost overbought situation right here, so it might come back down. I'm about to sneeze. Okay, hope I muted that for you guys. This might test that 310 area and then pull back a little bit. I don't know. Obviously, I have no idea where you got in. So I can't really make any recommendations as to entries and exit. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can tell you what I see. On the weekly chart as well, if we look at resistance points, it's testing a multi-point resistance right now. So then the next test would likely be 320, and it broke out up above here. So this week, if everything is going on with a meltdown of the market, Coinbase, two of their top guys used to work for Facebook. One of them was the chief counsel there. Another one, I don't remember. So 248. Oh, thank you, Frank. 248. Well, I don't know what your position is. It's super, super extended. If it came all the way back down to 277, would you be upset? Right? That looks like that's going to be the first support that it would test. Or what I would probably do, since it broke above 300, is I would take partial profit. You know, if you take partial profit now, you're green on the trade no matter what. If it comes back down and it starts to move up, then I would see, hey, maybe I can add back in that initial money. And guess what? Now you have more shares and it continues to move up. It does raise your entry price. However, we also have earnings coming up in a couple weeks. And how did the earnings do before? Right here it was green, but they ended up selling off from right there. Also, the Form 4s by the chief counsel of him selling make me leery of Coinbase. So it's just my thoughts and my opinions. But that's a nice profit right now, right? It's $60, almost $58 of profit. Taking a little bit of profit, in my opinion, is never a bad thing. Okay, 17 million in Evergrande. But Dan, was that before the devaluation of 80% or currently? All right, and let's look at Zoom. Let's go back to the 24-hour chart. Weekly looks like it's pretty nice. 24-hour looks like this 280 area is going to be a tough area to break, looking at it over here. After that, probably 284 right here would be the next test, but it's hitting that round number. Looks like it might want to pull back down a little bit. If it came back down, I don't know the time frame. Again, I can't make any recommendations, but just tell you what I see. This has the potential to come back to that 20 SMA right here and test it again, and then continue to the upside. Let's see. Other one, PLTR. So PLTR bought a huge amount of gold, something like $5 billion worth, and Zark Pool just had major gold prints. So if gold does spectacular, PLTR will likely rise. If gold tanks, PLTR will likely drop as part of their holdings. So looking at that, this is topping out over here. We hit the 200 simple. We haven't broken above here. I would really like this bullish, in my opinion, above 25.50 and above that 20 simple moving average. Right now, we're starting to see that we just had the golden cross to the upside right here on the 6th of October. Potentially some volume came into it. That's why. And then we are potentially going to have the 50 cross over the 20, but the 20 is faster, right? The 20 is saying, hey, no, it's going down. So is this going to continue down further? Dan, I know that when I looked at IEMG, let's see, IEMG holdings, right here, from Blackrock and EEM, right here, hold on, we're going to look at it. Let's see if they still have the holdings. I think that 17 million is not the true valuation, because if we go here and it is 3333, I think, there we go. They had 16 million shares. I don't know when they bought it, but that is just, that's as of October. So let's go back to December 2020. How many shares? They had 14 million. So they added, look, that was a value of 27 million. September, not so pretty. You know what? Why would they only have December, September, and October? What about the other months in 2021? Do they not want to show those? Weird, right? Things that make you go, So we have that there. And also, let's go here. Let's see if I can be sneaky. No, let's go back. I was going to try to see if I could put it up there. And EEM as well. So 27 million valuation right there. And I also know they had it in EEM. You guys can tell I'm a little research junkie. I like to do my research. Holdings. $7 million shares there. 12 million. So at least 36 million right there. I don't know where they bought it. And what is the valuation now? 2.6 million. 12 went down to 2.6. Yeah, that's already, it's a wonder, right? How many of their other holdings are having the same scenario? What are the smoke and mirrors of Blackrock doing is what I'm looking at. Like, is this that next Lehman Brothers that's going to create a giant breakdown of the stock market, of the financial system, of the U.S. economy, the 14 currencies that are pegged to the U.S. dollar? Could this be the kingpin of the market that when it's knocked down, we will have to see. But that's just my thought on it. Right? So gold and silver physical assets, in my opinion, are never bad. I like these cryptos personally. I'll extend them over so you guys can see it a little bit. Did my research personally on this. If you want to check out the banking workshop as to why I'm in these, you can do that. There's a workshop just at the top of the description box where I explain it in 2 hours, a little bit of the history of the banking system and where we are going and when this change is potentially going to happen, which could be in the beginning of November. So check out that workshop, and it's definitely well worth it for you to be prepared with the changes in the banking system, right? So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for being you and contributing some great questions. Thank you, Dan, for bringing up Blackrock. The valuation of Evergrande in there made me dig a little bit more. So I appreciate that. And I always say that, you know, everything happens for a reason. So thank you guys for being here. Carpe Profit sees those profits one trade at a time. And make sure that you are watching your money. All right, guys, have a great day. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye.